This is a massive fight for there's a lot of family pride because me and this man, we've been going at it for well over a year, haven't we, Will, about who's the top dog in the welterweight division. I'm very much Team Crawford, he's very much
Team Spence.
So so much so there's a forfeit bet where the loser has to have a week-long well, it depends what kind of haircut it is, a week-long haircut of the winner's choice. The winner's choice. So yeah,
do anything, a haircut or a dye your hair.
It could be anything. Absolutely anything. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, there's going to be some interesting ones.
Just not skinhead.
Yeah, no skinhead. Can't do that. Can't do that.
Right.
It's
this fight come at the right time. Too late. What?
I think it's come at the right time for Terence Crawford. I know he's a touch older, but I said for years, Errol Spence is a huge welterweight. Like, I remember the night, Kell Brook was a very big welterweight, and the night he fought him, how many years ago was that now, at Bramall Lane?
I'll tell you when that was just a few days after the Manchester bomb.
Of course it was, yes. Yeah, 2017, so we're talking 6 years on, nearly 6 years, nearly 6 years on. They're fighting. Errol Spence is still a welterweight, and I know it's something to gamble on a fighter, was the weight finally catch up with him, but I just believe that Crawford is so versatile, and I just believe what he's going to do. So if Williams Errol, I just believe that he's just going to be touching, and he switches very well. And what he also does, he switches well and throws the shots with it as well. And I just believe what we're going to see Crawford doing is pot shotting a little bit. I just think he'll be that little bit sharper throughout. And Spence, for me, his biggest asset is walking forward, working, just wearing opponents down cleverly. I don't just want to say he's walking forward and, outworking opponents. He's very sort of methodical, the way he breaks fighters down, hits the body unbelievably well. But I just don't believe Crawford will allow that. I don't think his feet are going to be there to for Spence to unload like he normally does for a lot of fighters. And I see a Terence Crawford, two elite fighters at the very top of the game, but I'm very confident William will be the one getting the silly haircut, not me.
All right, how does Crawford win?
He wins on points, and he pulls away a little bit more in the second half. I believe it'll be very nip and tuck for 4 rounds, but I just believe, I mentioned it earlier, I think how he can adapt, for me, is probably the biggest strength of Terence Crawford. I believe he can do it all. He can box orthodox, he can box southpaw, he can box up close, he can box at distance, and I just believe we're going to see that on the night. And he'll just have the answer to the pressure that Errol Spence is going to bring.
Will?
I don't believe anything as you said. I think, he said then, Spence's biggest asset is grinding people down. I think Crawford hasn't had his body yet. I don't think anyone in his boxes at his body. And I think when Spence does start to do that, Crawford will slow down. He won't be such free-flowing and switching up as he was. And I do think he'll grind him down. Another point I'm just going to make as well. Crawford's best wins all come after Spence beating the same people. Sean Porter, Brook.
Who done the better job on Porter, would you say?
You thought the better Porter, though.
Who done the better job on Kell?
You thought the better Kell, is my point. You've just answered why I said it.
Crawford's best win, you know what, obviously with Kell, absolutely, but Crawford's just looked better doing it against the same opponents.
And I think Spencer's fought better opposition as well. I thought when he took the title off you guys, I thought it was a great win. I thought it was a very good win. I think he's a very good fighter. And do you think you look at Crawford's last few fights, I just don't think, I think the opposition's been at a bit of a different level, and I think that will show as well.
He's going to learn the hard way.
You said Crawford points.
I think Spence either late on or points.
Give your final prediction on what's your money going?
Spence points.